Hi guys, continue watching if you want to see how I made these notes using Notability on my iPad Pro. Hello everyone and welcome back to Journey2Med. If you are new here, my name is Hazal and I'm a first year medic studying at Bartson in London. And if you are not new here, thank you so much for tuning into another video. You guys really liked the unboxing video I released last week, so I am back with another iPad video, and in today's video I'll be showing you guys how I take notes using Notability. Before we get started, make sure you guys like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Let's get started. Firstly, I'll give you guys a tour of Notability. This is what it looks like when you open up the app. I have my dividers on the side, so year 1 and other. And then within the dividers you have subjects. So if I open up year 1, you can see all my different subjects. And on the right hand side, we can see the lectures within that subject, and you can view them by name, modified date, or created date. We also have a settings button. Here you can back up your notes and connect to iCloud. If you press themes, you could also change the color of your subjects as I am showing you guys now. You can also choose to have the app in the light setting, the dark setting, the dark blue setting, and you can also purchase themes such as fall, as well as grape or strawberry. These themes will cost you £1 or £2 depending on which one you purchase. There are a few more settings here that change your default page setup and other things like that, but if you want to see a more in-depth video about exactly how to use Notability, including all of its ins and outs and cool hacks, make sure to leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to make that video for you guys. I always start by opening a new page and titling the note the name and number of my lecture. I use squared paper whilst making my notes as it allows me to make them neat and organized. However, once I'm done, I will change it back to plain paper, as in my opinion it's easier to read the notes that way. I will then write my title, which depending on how creative I'm trying to be can take some time. I know I could just quickly scribble down a title and get to note making, however this is what makes the process exciting for me. I like to write my notes in columns, and that's why just below my title I have 3 straight lines to guide me when I'm writing my notes so that they are neat. Once I'm done, I'll bring up my PowerPoint on the app and split the screen. I know I can bring up the PowerPoint in the Notability app, but I have notes under each slide within each PowerPoint, which can't be seen in the Notability app, but can be seen in the PowerPoint app. My current theme is that all my titles will be in a form of blue, and then my subtitles are like this light blue turquoise colour. Then I simply start making my notes, writing out the key information that I need. As you can see, I like to write quite small because I want to get all my information onto one page if possible. So I divide one box into 2 and write 2 separate lines in that one box, but that's just a personal preference and you guys can do as you choose. I really like putting the diagrams from the lecture onto my actual notes, so throughout this video you'll see that I'll be screenshotting a lot of times and moving the picture from the lecture onto my notes. If you do have an iPad, the easiest way to screenshot is use your Apple Pencil and swipe from the bottom left upwards and it will screenshot for you like I am doing in the video. When I'm done with a section, I box it off using this grey colour, which keeps my notes tidy and makes them easier to look at, so that when it comes to revising, it's not one fat blob of text that I need to read, but instead small manageable sections. Here I am just screenshotting another diagram and also adding some of my own labels. As you can see, I've leaned over to the right here, and this is because when I'm taking my notes, I also like to have my laptop by my side, so if I need to search anything, I can quickly do that on my laptop. Here you can see that I've used the thicker black colour to make another subheading within this section, and this is for pieces of information that aren't big enough to create a whole new section for, but are important enough to give its own little heading within my notes. Sorry about the fact that my head's in short. I didn't realize this when I was filming, but yeah. As you can see, I've just finished my first column of notes and I'm now going to move on to the second. At this point, I got a delivery, so I had to stop taking notes, and it was actually my stethoscope, which I was really excited about. Make sure you guys check back to the channel to see that. At this point, I was getting really bored and I just wanted to go do something else, as my attention span isn't the best. So when I get bored of making notes, I just prefer to stop and come back to them at a later date. But as I was filming, that wasn't really an option, so I decided to push through. In a few seconds, my camera actually dies because I didn't realize it was on low battery, but I took this as a sign and I decided to go take a break for a bit. And then when I came back, I just did my notes without recording them because first of all, my camera battery was low, like I said, and I was waiting for it to charge. And second of all, I was just repeating the same process that I have been doing throughout the video. So in a second, you'll see what my notes look like after I finish taking them. So an hour later, my notes are done. And this is when I get to highlighting. Once I'm done writing my notes, I go back and highlight in two different colours. Yellow is important information that I know or remember. Red is important information that I don't know. I prefer highlighting information after I have finished writing my notes, as it's a way of checking my notes and going over them, ensuring I have actually learned from the note-taking process and that it is active and not passive. Here you can see me highlighting the final column of notes that I made, so the ones that I didn't record myself making. But as you can see, it's literally the same thing that you've seen throughout the video and there's nothing much more different. These notes did take me about 3.5 hours to make, but that's including time I took out when I got my delivery, time I took out when I was on my break, and also time taken out to ensure I was filming correctly and all of that stuff. So on average, making notes take me about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see any more iPad videos in the future, make sure to comment them down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in a new video next week. Bye!